Salve to Discipuli. This is Magistra Buddy, and I'm here to give you a couple of tips on how to study vocab. There are really three ways that you can study vocab. One is through flashcards, either traditional 3x5 cards where you write them out, or through Quizlet. Most teachers have created some flashcards, or you can create your own. If you do use Quizlet, I highly recommend that you stay away from the flashcard mode, because this is simply going back and forth, flipping, and just looking at the words. This really isn't studying. However, if you do, for example, the learn mode, and specifically do it without sound. Come on, why aren't you letting me do this? Turning the audio off. Then you're actually interacting with the program. The program will track your progress. So Mercator, Mercatoris, press any key to continue. House. If I get something wrong, it'll tell me that I got it wrong. I can recite the words over and over again until I get it. And you can see over here how it's tracking my progress. That's very important. All of these other modes have a way of tracking your progress, which is very important. Another way to study vocab is through reading. And these are fantastic. So for example, this is going back to stage 3. I can try to read the story. Caecilius walks to the harbor. Caecilius looks around the harbor. The banker sees a Syrian ship, and let's say I don't know what a couple of these words mean. I get stuck and I have to click on this, and I see down here, oh, that means walks. And I see, oh, this means ship, or this means to, or at. And I keep going until I get to the end of the story, and I've clicked on every single word that kind of threw me off or that I wasn't able to read smoothly. Then you click on this right here, word check. It has created a test, a quiz, based on the words that I clicked on. So I start the test. Ambulat, walks. And it accepted my answer. I can just hit enter. Odd, to. It accepted my answer, even though I could have also said at. Novice, ship. And it accepted my answer. It'll keep going. And let's say I type in something wrong. It says no, means walks. So you can do this, and you click stock test, it'll go back to the story. So that's another way to study. I highly recommend that you use this method. This is the best method for increasing your fluency, your ability to read Latin. It's keeping you in the stories that we are in class. You can always go back to a previous stage if you want to do some easier stories and build yourself back up to where your class is currently. Another way to build up your vocab is to read other novellas. This document, all of your teachers have access to this document. It might be available on Schoology, or you could ask to see it. But as you can see, we have consolidated a list of books. They cover all kinds of different topics, different types of characters. As you can see, this one right here only has 20 different words in it. Those words are used in different forms, but there's only 20 words in it, which means it's very accessible. It's very easy to read. And these stories they can be funny, they can be interesting, and they can get to the point where being a little bit more complicated. So here's some historical fiction. Here's some adaptations of stories that you maybe have heard already. There are tons of them. Some original fantasy here, and then this one is more of a graphic novel style. So, you know, expanding your vocabulary in this way is also very interesting. So don't be afraid to ask your teachers for these books, and don't be afraid to use your materials and your resources to better your vocabulary. Spending 10 to 15 minutes a night on your vocabulary will go very far instead of just cramming the night before a test. Don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. Wale, to Discipuli.